So let's get started. Let me move that. I'll say hi. Let's raise this up. There we go. All right. Hi, everybody. Welcome. I'm Susan McGarry, and I have been asked by a friend to make a project that is really similar to one I made last year. And so I'll show it to you more in detail in a minute, but this is it. Okay, so this is the original piece that she liked, and here is the back of it. My friend wants me to do this in oranges. So these were the colors I came up with. I'm really liking this bright orange. This orange one, it's transparent, but it's pretty bright. I've got this white one, or I've got French or vanilla cream. In the 96 world, it's called vanilla cream. I have a pumpkin-y looking one, a little more orangey, getting more into the yellows. This one's pretty bright yellow. Got this orange. So what I did was I took my kiln shelf and I made a frame of the size that the person wants. And in this case, it's about 13 inches by just about 4.5 inches. And then I lined it with the color that I want around the edge. And right now it's white, so I've put white in there. I have 2 more pieces to put in. So I'll put these 2 in. And I'm putting these flat, 2 layers flat. But now every piece I put in after this, let me turn that down a little bit. Every piece I put in after that will be up. I've cut 1/4 inch strips of the colors that she wants in her piece. And so you can see they're 1/4 inch wide, but when you turn them up on edge and place them in, kind of hard to see over there, isn't it? Let me put it over here. It's the same height as 2 of these strips stacked on top of each other. So does that make sense? So around the whole edge I have white. 2 pieces stacked one on top of another and placed in the edges. And now what I'm doing is placing colors standing up, these 1/4 inch strips. And so what she's picked is white, this sort of orangey yellow, this transparent yellow, and clear. Now I've never done clear in a strip plate, so I'm really curious how that's going to work out. And so after I've got all these strips cut, I just take my nippers and nip different sizes and place them. So I can stick white. That's too big. There we go. So I can put a little transparent orange there. A little piece of clear. Let's make that smaller. So I'm going to make this one different. There we go. So my first row is done. And now I'm just going to layer a piece of white there. Maybe a piece of orange there. Some of these already cut. I like that. Let's see. So that's turning out pretty nice. I like this. And I decided not to put clear under this. I just built this right on the kiln shelf with the shelf paper. This is papyrus shelf paper. Because I want to be able to use either side. They actually are different. the bottom ends up really straight, and then the top has a little bit of wave to it because the strips aren't perfectly 1/4 inch, so I end up with a little bit of wave. So I may actually use the back side after I build this. I'll flip it over, refire it. All right, I'm back. Just to show you it's almost done. Let's show you. I only have this little, that little corner to do. And what I ended up doing was putting it on a turntable so I could spin it around and work on it. So I've got a couple little pieces to put in here. Let's see. One more piece there. And one more. All right, this will be the final piece. Trim a little bit more. Got to squeeze it in there. There we go. All right, it's done. That is what it looks like here. So it's going to go in for a full fuse once I line this back up. And then I'll show you when it's all done. I'll scope again to show you what this ends up looking like. But it'll go in for a full fuse, and so it'll just melt everything together. Hard to get a good angle of it there. All right, so I'll come back probably tomorrow, show you what it looks like, and then I'll clean it up and slump it and fire polish it. So I took the pieces out of the kiln. Hi, I see you. I took my 2 pieces out of the kiln just now, but I got a lot of questions about firing schedules. So I decided to write it down, show you what I used, ready to dunk these in some water and see what they look like. So biggest question I got asked was, what was the firing schedule? This is what I used, and this is System 96 glass, so that's why I used the 960 annealing. And also my kiln cools really slowly. This took 8 hours just in firing. So I let it cool to room temperature, sort of anneal the rest of the way down. If I was concerned about it, I might have gone, 200 degrees an hour down to 700 and held for 0. But I didn't think there was a need because, like I said, this kiln retains a lot of heat. Plus I had all this brick around it, so it cooled really slowly. So normally I would take this close to a sink and dunk it in water there, but I brought a bucket of water over there. So I'm going to unveil it right here, see what we ended up with. Lots of brick. But that brick, retained the heat for me. Get rid of those. These I could actually reuse again. That's just that 1/8 inch fiber paper. It holds up pretty well after a couple of firings, so I might as well hang on to those. They didn't take a beating here. Alright, I can actually see through it. That's kind of cool. The client, friend, client friend, wanted clear in there, and I just didn't know that it would work out, but I really like it. I'm going to dunk it in the water, get some of that water off. That fiber paper off. So I'll do some cleanup on the flat lap, and then maybe do a little sandblast on it, give it a nice matte finish, and then I'll slump it. Now for this green one. And she actually couldn't decide which colors she wanted. She wasn't sure if she wanted these or this clear white, black, green combination. And so I thought I would do, I think this will go better in the space she's going to be putting it. So that's why I did the big one in this. But these are actually reusable too, so I want to save those. Those will last quite a bit of time. And I put a little papyrus around it just to keep it a smooth edge. And again, I'm going to dunk this in the water. There's an adventuring green in there. Maybe if I put the light behind it. Yeah, now I think you can see that adventuring green that's in there. It doesn't show up as well on camera, just know in person it's really bright. So some of those dark patches are black and some of them are adventuring green. So it came out really pretty. Alright, so that's it. That's it coming out of the kiln. Once I do a little cleanup on the flat lap, around the edges, do a little sandblasting of it because I'm going to do a little matte finish. Then I'll put it in for the slump. I'll probably set it up with some kind of brick like this under it and let it slump down naturally in the kiln. But I do have to make a foot. Alright, that's it. That's it. If you have any questions, you can always PM me through the Facebook page, or you can email me, or I don't know, any other way. What is it? Email, text message, Facebook. So let me know if you have any questions. But otherwise, signing off. Pretty happy with them.